Hi, I'm Vicky. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this sequence today, which is a yoga flow to target the core and to build core strength. So we're going to begin today in a seated position on your mat. I'm going to sit in hero pose on the edge of my block. Feel free to do the same or to come into maybe a cross-legged position if that's more comfortable, an easy seated pose. Just finding your way into a comfortable seat. Resting the hands in the lap. Wherever you are, just sit up nice and tall and lengthen through the spine. Lightly roll the shoulders back. And go ahead and close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Big sigh through the mouth. Breathing in and out now through just the nose. Allowing your mind to settle on the sound of the breath as it passes in and out. Listening also to any other sounds around you, maybe in the room or outside. Also feeling into any sensations, perhaps the touch of your clothes on your skin, your feet on your mat. Just allowing yourself to breathe into this moment. Noticing that as you do go inward, the mind tends to quieten down. Just bringing a few moments of peace to your day. Taking one more moment here to perhaps set an intention for your class or for the day. Just a word or a sentence that comes to mind that you'd like to focus on. And then when you're ready, begin to flutter open the eyes. And today's class is all about the core. So with each movement, we're going to really feel how our core engages and the strength that comes from that area of the body. So starting from right now, with your next breath in, use your core to really feel into your core as you lift your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, coming into a twist. So sending your left arm back behind you, your right arm out in front, keeping the arms extended. Breathe here for a breath or two. And as you inhale, feel into the core as you lift those arms back overhead, come back to face the front, and exhale, twist the other way. This time right arm comes back. Breathe. Inhale, the arms reach up once more, come back to face the front, and exhale, bring all 10 fingers down to the mat. From here, rise up onto your shins, set aside any props you're maybe sitting on. So rising onto the shins, extend your right leg out to the right with the toes facing forwards. As you breathe in, reach up and over the body with your left hand, breathing space into the side body. As you exhale, windmill the hands, bringing your left fingertips down, your right arm reaches up, making one long line down the side of the body here. On your next inhale, rise up, set the knee back down, and we'll do the same on the other side. This time your left leg extends, toes face forwards. Inhale, reach up and over the body with your right arm. And on your next exhale, windmill the arms, right fingers come down to the mat, left arm reaches away from you. Getting as long as you can from those fingertips to the outside edge of the left foot. Inhale brings you back using your core. Set the knee down, and from here make your way onto all fours. Stacking the hips over the knees and the shoulders over the wrists. Fingers are spread wide. And as you inhale, lower your belly down towards the mat while you lift the tailbone, lift the chin and the chest. And as you exhale, begin to tuck the tailbone round through your back, push the mat away, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, the belly lowers, the tailbone, the chest and the chin lift. Inhale, round through the spine, push the mat away. One more each direction. Inhaling to arch, exhaling to round. Come back to a neutral spine. And from here, extend your right leg back behind you. Find your balance, and when you're ready, extend your left arm out in front of you. So you're really trying to get as long as you can from left fingertips to right toes. Spread those fingers, spread those toes. Breathe, feel an engagement in your core, keeping you stable here, protecting the low back. Push the mat away with your right hand. As you're ready, lower the hand, lower the knee. Same thing on the other side. This time, left leg extends. Right arm extends. Core is engaged. Fingers and toes are spread. Breathe here. Imagining that you're being pulled from the right hand and the left foot, getting as long as you can. And as you're ready, set down the hand, set down the knee. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, coming into downward facing dog. First one of the day, so just making any movements you need. Bending the knees, shaking out the head, whatever you need. Before finding your way into stillness. And when you get there, just check in with your foundations, making sure you're gripping into your hands, fingers are spread wide, pushing the mat away, hips are lifted high. Big breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, let it go through the mouth with a sigh. Another breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, rise onto the tiptoes and then bring your shoulders over your wrists and hover the knees just an inch or two off the ground. Lift back, downward facing dog. Exhale, same thing, hover the knees, shoulders over the wrists. Core is engaged. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, hover the knees. Inhale, downward facing dog, push the mat away. And as you're ready, tiptoe the feet to meet your hands. When you get there, inhale for a halfway lift, neutral spine. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up, using your core. When you get there, raise the arms, look up at your thumbs. And exhale, hands to the heart for Tadasana, mountain pose. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead, taking them slightly wider than shoulder distance. And in your next exhale, sit low for chair pose. Your weight is in your heels, your spine is neutral. Breathe, feel those glutes building strength, feel your core engaged, protecting the low back. And exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back for a plank pose. Option to do this on your knees if you're building strength as a beginner, or to do the full legs extended plank. But wherever you are, push the mat away, really high plank here. Switch those core muscles on. And we'll just pause here for a couple more breaths, just acknowledging this pose. Breathe powerfully, use the breath as your energizer. As you're ready, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Option to walk the feet forward a couple of inches just to clarify your foundation. And as you inhale, lift the right leg high, spread the toes. And as you exhale, bring your shoulders over the wrist, round the back, and bring your right knee to your nose or your forehead. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to forehead. Hold for a breath. And then step that right foot through to the front of your mat. Find your balance. And then rise up to warrior two. So your left foot is parallel with the short edge of your mat. Right knee is bent. The knee is over the ankle, just behind. Strengthen through the core, your arms are strong and you're gazing out over that right middle finger. Breathe, Virabhadrasana 2. On your next inhale, flip the right hand, reverse your warrior. Exhale, come back through warrior 2. Inhale, send the upper body forwards, and exhale, extended side angle. So your right elbow is resting on the right thigh. Breathe here. Use your core to keep you lifted so you're not dumping your weight. Option to stay here or to make this even more challenging by extending that right arm out in front of you. Inhale, use your core to come back to warrior two. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Swivel on the back foot, step back for a plank pose. From here, bring your right hand into the center of your mat and roll onto the knife edge of your right foot, coming into a side plank. So just make sure that your hand is not directly under the shoulder. It's slightly out. And you can do this with the right knee down also. But wherever you are, push the mat away. Option to stay here or to lift the top leg for an added challenge. Breathe. When you're ready, come back to a regular plank and then send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose, big breath out through the mouth. When you're ready, walk or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach up with the arms, look up at the thumbs. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up, slightly wider than shoulder distance. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Breathe here for a breath or two, building strength. Engage your core. On your next exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Push the mat away. Remember, you can do this on your knees. Breathe. 2 more breaths here. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Option to walk the feet forward just a couple of inches. Push the mat away. On your next inhale, lift the left leg high, spread the toes. And as you exhale, bring shoulders over the wrists, round the back as you bring your knee to the forehead or the nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to forehead. Pause here for a breath, and then set the left foot down at the front of your mat. Find warrior two feet. Use your core to rise up to warrior two. So gazing out over your left middle finger this time. Take a second, settle in. Breathe. On your next inhale, flip the left hand, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, send the upper body forwards. Exhale, extended side angle. Remembering to use your core. You're not collapsing on the left knee. Your core is keeping you lifted. Option to add a further challenge by extending that left arm out in front of you. Breathe into it. Really use your breath here, keeping you strong and steady. Inhale, use the core strength to come back to warrior two. And exhale, windmill the hands down, step back, plank pose. Breathe. And from here, bring your left hand into the center, roll onto the knife edge of your left foot, making sure your shoulder is not directly on top of your wrist. Find side plank. Again, you can do this with one knee down. Wherever you are, push the mat away. Option to lift the top leg. And when you're ready, find a regular plank pose. And then lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take one more big cleansing breath in through the nose. Big sigh through the mouth. Rise onto the tiptoes. Bring your knees down to the mat. And let's take a child's pose. Extend your arms out in front of you. Forehead comes down. Begin to lift up. Come to sit down on your mat with the feet out in front of you and the knees bent. Feet are hip distance apart, and take them out so they're slightly out in front of you. Bring your hands out in front of you with the palms facing one another, and use your core to just lean back slightly, keeping your spine neutral. So you're making almost a V shape with this area of the body. And then from here, lift up one leg, bringing the shin parallel with the mat. Maybe you can lift both. Coming into Navasana, using your core, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, spread the toes, breathe. You can do this one leg at a time if this is really challenging, or to make it more of a challenge, you can straighten the legs. When you're ready, gently lower down, hug the knees in, sit tall, lengthen that spine, breathe. We'll do that one more time, so sending the feet out just a little way. Palms face one another, lightly roll back, draw shoulder blades towards one another. Lifting one leg and then the other. Big toe mounds are touching, toes are spread, breathe. Using your core here for strength. Lower down the legs, sit tall, hug those knees in, release the spine. Extend the legs out long. Bring your hands back behind you with the fingers facing forwards. And you're going to begin to press into the heels, so much so that you lift the hips and maybe the soles of the feet come down to the mat for a reverse plank. Breathe into it. And gently lower down. From here, sit tall, and as you inhale, lengthen the spine, reach the arms overhead, and as you exhale, forward fold, gazing out over the top of your toes, imagining drawing your belly down towards the thighs. Breathe deeply, use your breath to untangle any tight areas, any knots. Gently release. Bring your hands out in front of you. Engage your core muscles and use your core to slowly lower all the way down. So go slower than you want to go. When you get there, hug the knees into the chest. You can be still, or you can move from side to side. You can even give the hands a shake. We've used the wrists and the hands a lot in this sequence. And then extend the left leg out long down on the mat and lift the right leg up towards the sky, taking hold wherever feels good, so whether that's the thigh, the calf, the big toe. Stretching the hamstring. Take a big breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, use your core to lift the head towards the knee. And we'll pause here, so continuing to breathe. Try not to hold the breath. 3 more breaths. Gently lower the head down. Hug the knee into the chest and use your left hand to pull the leg up and over the body for a twist. Your right arm extends to the right, option to turn your head to the right also. Gently guide the leg back to the center. Extend it out long down on the mat and hug the left knee in this time. From here, lift the foot up towards the sky, take hold of wherever feels good for you. Big breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, use core strength to bring your head towards the leg. Gently release. Hug the knee in and use your right arm to pull the knee up and over for a twist on the other side. Left arm is extended, looking out over the left shoulder, breathing into this full body twist. Guide the leg back to the center. Bend the knees. And bring the feet hip distance apart. Bring your hands down by your side and press evenly into the feet to lift the hips, coming into a bridge pose. Option to stay here or to interlace the hands underneath and roll onto the sides of the arms. Pushing into the feet, engaging the glutes and trying to keep the knees stacked over the ankles. Gently release, slowly lowering down. Coming into our final shape of the day, Shavasana, extending the legs out with the feet wide. Hands resting on the belly or off the mat with the palms facing up. Go ahead and close the eyes. Take a big nourishing breath in through the nose. Cleansing breath out through the mouth. Feeling yourself grow heavy now from the heels of the feet, backs of the legs up to the hips. Heaviness through the back, the shoulders, the arms and the hands. Your head is heavy, your eyes are closed. The corners of the eyes are soft, the eyebrows soft and relaxed. Softening also through the jaw and the corners of the mouth. And we'll be here in Shavasana for a few minutes and I'll let you know when the time is up. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, bringing some small movement back to the body. Taking in a big breath of air. Big breath out. When you're ready, keeping the eyes closed, begin to roll onto one side. And slowly making your way to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart center. And just take a moment to feel grateful for your body for allowing you to move through this practice, working on your core strength today, but also on moving mindfully, clearing the mind, being present. Also checking in with your intention that you set at the beginning of practice, maybe saying it to yourself one more time. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste. If you like this video, please let me know with a thumbs up. Please reach out with any comments or any questions, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much.